Hi, it's Tanya and Amelia from Coffee Catch-ups podcast, and this is Coffee Catch-ups Espresso on Cross Rhythms Plymouth. Whoop, we're back.
Whoop whoop. Hello. Another week of fun times.
You
with Tanya and
sounded
Amelia.
confused when you said
I was
that.
like, I wasn't quite sure where I was going with the sentence, because you know when you have multiple phrases in your head and then they all just kind of decide to come out in one.
Yeah.
That was what was about to happen.
I do that a lot. I do that a lot.
Yeah, withdrew myself and paused.
Mm-hmm.
But
Well, this week we're doing something cool. We're doing something fun. We are borrowing it straight from our podcast.
We are indeed.
Because we did do a full episode on the Coffee Catch-ups podcast entitled Lies You're Told in Your 20s. Ooh, fun.
Spicy.
Basically, we wanted to do an episode on the podcast that we run about what are the things that people tell you in your 20s that you think are true but are not true.
Yes.
And the ones that we've selected, if you're not in your 20s, do not despair, because actually a lot of them are still really relevant to anyone, any age, which we're going to talk about. So...
I think they're often lies that sort of like don't necessarily get dispelled as you're older either. It's something that you were told in your 20s and then you just carry on believing it.
Yeah,
so,
I agree.
Yeah.
So would you like to kick off with the first one?
So the lie that we're going to start off with is it matters what people think of me.
What?
What? Does it not?
I mean, I absolutely struggle with this big time.
Definitely.
Like people pleasing.
Yeah.
So bad.
Yeah, me too.
Oh, but it's not true.
It's not true. It's not true. It actually really doesn't matter what people think of you. And also, I actually think sometimes people don't think about us as much as we think about other people thinking about us.
That is
like,
true.
So much of the time, I'm like, oh my gosh, if I do this, they're going to think this. And the actual fact is, whatever you do, they're probably not thinking about you that much at all.
Yeah, I agree. And an example I would use for that is actually, when I first started running, I was really conscious of running around other people. So like I didn't want to go for a run near other people. And when I grew up on Dartmoor, so I could easily accomplish that.
Yeah, nice.
But when I like moved to a city, when I went to university, I was like, I can't go for a run. There's people here. They're going to judge me. They're going to think I'm like really red faced and really slow, or you know, what are they going to say about my body because I'm running? Am I going to get comments? People don't care. You see a runner of any size and fitness level, and you don't go, oh gosh. Most people go, oh, if they're going to think about it, most people don't even register you. No. But if they do, they go, oh, they're running. I should probably run. You know, they're like, good for them. I'm not running. And so there is like, it's a really trivial example, but there's something so in what you said of just, people don't care as much as we think that they do.
Yeah.
And often, people's opinion can often be people's opinion of you can often be a projection of something that they might be thinking and feeling.
Yeah, for sure.
And definitely something as well that you get to have a say on as to whether it's true or not.
So true. And I think what you were saying about projection is really, like, you've hit the nail on the head there, because actually, if you're thinking, if I go for a run, people are going to think I'm really red in the face.
Yeah.
Like, all of this. Actually, it's because you are conscious that you are red in the face or whatever it is. And I hate that as well. I hate exercising or anything in front of people, which is why I don't do it often, which is, a terrible excuse. And it is so often because I'm like, oh my gosh, but they're going to see like all of my rolls and stuff jiggling around, and like, it's just not going to be a pretty sight. And again, actually, they're not necessarily thinking that, but it's because I'm conscious of it and I'm thinking about how I look, that you just kind of assume that other people are doing the same thing as well. Yeah,
and I think one of the things that's quite comforting to me, because I do struggle with people pleasing. In fact, we've done a whole episode in our podcast about people pleasing, and I think we continually bring it up because actually it's really important for our personal journeys, but in general, I think a lot of people go, oh, what will they think? What will they think? And there's fear mixed in with that. Oh, if I do this, these people will cast me out. And it's our herd mentality, isn't it? It's our survival kind of evolution type thing of going, oh, I need to keep in with the crowd so I survive. But actually, training your brain away from those pathways is really, really helpful, because then you can start to understand what you value and not become a person who is there to please other people. And the people I respect the most are often the people that really know who they are and stand in that.
Yeah,
and the people that are not afraid to be different. And I look at them and I go, wow, actually, that's really cool. And they're really comfortable and they just sit back into who they are. And one of the things that I've been trying to do recently is notice whenever I come into a conflict situation where my nervous system is going, I hate it. I want to get out of here. Can everyone just like me, please? Just like me. Actually, trying to just notice what my body is feeling.
Yes.
And it just taking attention from, oh my goodness, everyone hates me and I want to be liked and loved, into actually, what am I experiencing right now? Let's be slightly more objective and become more comfortable with having people not like me.
Yeah, absolutely.
Scary.
It is really scary. It really is. But I also think as well, like, you know, if you are kind of going down that route of being, oh, like, you know, people are judging me or whatever it is, and, you know, I'm wearing all these different clothes because I want to wear these different clothes, but they're going to think, like, weirdly of me or whatever it is. Does it matter? No. Like, the likelihood is that if people are thinking that about you, which they're probably not, but if they are, like, you probably don't know them. Like, you know, because your friends will probably tell you, if you've got good friends, your friends will probably tell you if there's something wrong, which, you know, they shouldn't be, like, criticising how you dress anyway, unless it's, like, really, really, like, terrible.
We're going to discuss that off air. What she means by that.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. But, like, you know, your friends should be honest with you, right? And actually, it's the kind of thing that you can have a discussion about. But, you know, if people are judging you for what you're wearing, they probably don't know you. Yeah. They're probably making assumptions about you based off what you're wearing, which are baseless, and also you're never going to see them again. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Like, absolutely. They're strangers. It actually should not matter at all what their opinion is of you, because they don't know who you are.
I love what you're saying. It's ultimately, it's difficult to remind yourself of. You just have to keep reminding yourself the people who are for you know you, and all you can be is yourself. Yeah. And what bigger compliment can you give to someone else than just being you?
Yeah. Absolutely.
And it's a constant conversation I have to keep having with myself. It does not matter what people think of me. Today, tomorrow, it does not matter. Yeah. Absolutely. Okay, and on that note, we're going to go and listen to some music, and we'll be back talking about another lie that you're told in your 20s.
So, welcome back. We are talking about lies you are told in your 20s. And, you know, not just for those in their 20s. Often these lies, you know, you believe them and then you just carry on believing them past the age of 29, 30 and into the rest of your life. So we're just trying to dispel some of those today. Tanya, have we got another lie?
Yeah. The 20s are the best time of your life.
You hear this one so often. So
I actually think it's really offensive because it's such a sweeping statement that if it's kind of offensive to anyone who is going through a difficult time in their 20s, who might just happen to be dealt with some really big, heavy life blows in their 20s. Yeah. But this is the best time of your life, and you think, gosh, if this is the best time and I'm in this situation, oh well, what's the rest of my time going to be like? Yeah, so if you buy into that. And then also, if you're not in your 20s, what a hopeless thing to say. I know. Thinking that, oh, my best years are past me. Like, there is joy and great things to be found in every moment of your life. My dad always says to me, I think, largely because he's reassuring himself about getting another year older. Okay, sure. But he always says, you every year is great. Every year is fantastic. Every year there is something to be had and to enjoy about who and where you are. Even if you're having one of the years, and we sometimes get them when we just have a rough year. Yeah, a really rough year.
For sure. I really hear
2020.
Yes. What? I don't remember that.
It didn't happen.
It was a very normal year. But no, so true. And I think you've got this kind of intertwined with the whole it all ends at 30 kind of thing. Yeah. And actually that's not true, because, you know, life goes on after 30. I hate to break it to you all. Not that I have experience of this because I'm currently 28, but like, you know, I know many people over the age of 30 and they are still living and breathing.
I hear a lot of people say that they really enjoyed their 30s.
Yeah,
I'm also
absolutely.
28, so I don't know yet. Let me know. Let us know.
Yeah.
What your favourite age is so far that you've had. But there is this kind of weird benchmark at 30, and I think it probably happens at 40 as well, and maybe 50, of things that you thought you should have achieved or done or ticked off by the time of this year. And those things are often like maybe getting on the housing market, maybe having a long-term partner, that maybe marriage, but it's different for everyone. Maybe a certain promotion in work or whatever. Or there's things that we often think, oh, by 30 I'll have this, and it's really dangerous. Really dangerous.
Absolutely.
Have you experienced that?
Oh yeah, definitely. I you know, I have some friends who are a bit younger than me who sort of poke at me and they're like, oh, like, you know, you're close to 30, like, here it comes, and all of this, and that's, you know, that's all in good humour, but I do sometimes genuinely get a little bit kind of like, oh my goodness, I did not think that this was going to come around so quickly, because, you know, well, I mean, for both of us, it's the next calendar year. It's 2025. In 2026, both of us are going to turn 30.
Why would you say something like that?
Sorry. Because it's been something that's been on my mind, so it's coming out. But, like, yeah, it's really strange it comes so quickly. But do you know what I really loved? There's a creator on Instagram, don't ask me her name, but she has been doing a series of reels that is starting my life over at 34. And I really love that, because I'm like, do you know what? Like, I don't know what her background is. I don't know why she feels that she needs to start over at 34.
Okay.
But it's actually like, it's not too late to make things better. It's not that everything, it's not that you stop sort of growing as a person at 30. You don't, life doesn't stop sort of moving on. It's not that everything's fixed at 30. Actually, you can, you know, if you need to start over, you can start over at whatever
any
age you are.
Yeah.
And actually, you know, again, like you said, I know plenty of people in their 30s who are having a great time.
Yeah. And I agree with you, and it's great to see. And I think we all, like, it's all easy to say, isn't it? But it's fighting that inner thought sometimes that's gone, yeah, but I wanted to have this done by I was 30.
Yeah.
And that's, I mean, it's a deeper subject, but like, for me, I always thought I would be married by now. Like, I'm not 30 yet, but I always thought that I would be, and always wanted that. And the problem with the lie of if you haven't achieved it by 30 is so destructive, because it takes your wants and your desires, and it puts a lot of pressure on them, and it puts a sense of failure in there if your life didn't go exactly how you planned. And one of the things that I think we say on our podcast, our longer podcast, about this particular subject, just to briefly dip a toe in, is actually one of the things that faith does provide is the fact that God is in control, and that His plan for you is you know, is ordained, and is from His want for good for you.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so when you look at 30 and you go, oh my goodness, why haven't I done this, this and this and this? It's actually so important to say, no, it is okay, because let's look at the things that did happen in this time.
Yeah, totally.
And let's spin it round and go, actually, but I've done this and this, and just because I thought I'd have this and now I don't, just because I thought I'd be married and now I'm not, doesn't mean that my life isn't full in other ways.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I think the problem with this lie is it just pulls away at your envy and at your discontentment with your life, and actually your life has probably got more blessings than you realise.
Yeah.
We're going to listen to music on that note, and we'll be back with another lie. It's Tanya and Amelia from Coffee Catch-ups Espresso, and today we're talking about lies you're told in your 20s. We're dispelling them. We're saying, we don't like it. We like to be truthful. We've totally borrowed this from our longer podcast. If you want to have a listen, please do. Coffee Catch-ups podcast, all good streaming services. Just doing a cheeky plug, Amelia.
Just get it in there.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So we've had a couple of lies. We've had the 20s is the best time of your life.
Yes.
Hashed It's like / it all ends at 30. And then we've had It Matters What People Think of Me, which it doesn't. Both of those are lies, just to clarify.
Spoiler alert, it does not.
What other lie have you got for us?
I need to have it all together all the time.
What do you mean?
So I need to be doing all the things. So I need to be thriving in my career.
Mm-hmm.
I need to be fit and healthy. I need to be, you know, drinking water, however much you need to drink. I need to be hanging out with my friends. I need to have some non-work side projects that I'm also thriving at, with maybe a little side hustle thrown in there.
Nice.
Just generally kind of absolutely thriving and not hating anything about my life because it's perfect.
I mean, are you telling me that you don't do all of those things?
I don't know what to say right now because I feel like I might get told off.
Yeah.
I totally do not have it all together at all. It's one of those things that I think the Instagram life, I think self-care is a big part of that as well. It's you need to be practicing self-care. The Instagram life of, you know, the very, I don't know whether you see these, but like the very sort of like perfect shots of
someone's perfect house.
Someone's pristine kitchen that is sparkling, and clearly is never cooked in because there's nothing anywhere, and you know, perfectly organised pantry, and you know, in a huge house as well because all these people have a lot of money clearly.
And they've got up at 5 a.m.
Oh yes, they've gotten up at 5 a.m.
And they've got the kids food or lunch sorted.
Yeah. They've done a workout.
They've done a workout. They've been to the gym.
A skincare routine. They've had
morning meditation.
They've drunk some kind of matcha-y green tea type healthy thing, and also a protein shake. Yeah,
which you can often buy in their Linktree.
Yes.
We're just totally dispelling capitalism here.
I would like to say we're not bashing influencers. We do, you know, I respect it, but it's, you know, it's one of these things that is just, I think Instagram particularly just sort of tells us this is the life that you should be having and aiming for. Or even things like, you know, I've got a huge library of books, which is my absolute goal. A huge library of books, and it's raining outside, so I'm going to make a very cosy looking cup of tea and sit with a book because I have no other responsibilities. And yeah, which again is great, and I would love to be able to do that. Yeah. But I think it's just this whole very kind of curated, this is perfection and this is what you should be aiming for. And actually the reality of life is very different to that, isn't it? Yeah,
and I think social media, you're right, does highlight that. And I think we've spoken about that quite a lot. But it's this idea that you have to be juggling everything and you have to do it well. That, you know, it's not quite good enough that one thing's going well. It's not quite good enough that your career's going well. Why isn't your romantic relationship also going well? And why aren't your if you've got kids, maybe your kids are achieving the best of all of the other kids at school, whatever it is, and why isn't your home perfect? You know, there is a pressure that we can put on ourselves by thinking that's what's expected. I don't know if you've ever watched Motherland. I think that highlights it so much. And I do think mums get a lot of this. Yeah. It's like you need to do absolutely everything and have everything together. So, like, I personally think, you know, if your house is messy, I'm okay with that. You know, don't feel like you have to have it together. But if you want to, that's fine. We've spoken about this before, but my, like, analogy with it is that you're juggling. You're, like, juggling loads of things, and the problem is if you throw more things in there, you get to a point where you're juggling so many balls basically, and at some point in juggling, the more you add, at some point it all falls on the floor. And there's this, I was listening to someone talk about this and using this analogy, and I've totally borrowed it, because they were talking about this very thing of trying to do this and this, which is very much our modern society. We're hustling. We go. And what they said is, if you're juggling all of these things, you need to remember which ones are really, really tough, maybe made of plastic or bouncy balls, and which ones are made of glass. And the ones that are made of glass, you do not drop. No. So that might be time with your family, or, you know, really important relationships and things that you just cannot drop the ball, literally. And drop some of the ones that you can pick up later. Yeah. Drop the one where, I haven't done the hoovering for a few weeks. You know, whatever the balls that you can afford to drop are, that's okay.
Yeah.
Drop them so that you don't drop the glass ones, because eventually all of this sort of manufactured perfection of Instagram, it is all just a lie. You will drop all of those balls eventually if you're trying to strive for something that's just not achievable. There are only so many hours in the day, and you are only human.
Yeah, absolutely. It's give yourself some grace. I think is absolutely what we're saying.
Go gentle on yourself.
Yeah, go gentle on yourself, and nobody has it together, no matter what you see on social media, or no matter what people tell you as well, because people won't always be truthful about that.
They're telling themselves a lot of the time.
Yeah, absolutely. They're kidding themselves if they think they've got it all together, or if they have it. Not to sound morbid, but it probably won't last long. Because something else always comes up. But yeah, give yourself some grace. You do not have to have it all together all the time, because you're only a human being, and that's okay. That's what we all are.
That. So those are some of the lies that we've dispelled, lies you hear in your 20s and beyond. We're going to listen to a little bit of music, and then we're going to come back with snack chat.
Snack chat. Let's go.
Chatting about those snacks. Yes. Welcome back to Coffee Catch-ups Espresso. We are in the snack chat section of our episode, where we talk about snacks.
Yes,
I love
it's a very
snacks.
important conversation.
Obviously, you have the snack alongside your coffee.
Yeah.
And I've got a question from Amelia. She genuinely does have no idea what I'm going to ask. And this one you would have with a coffee, I assume. What is the best cereal?
Ooh.
Your time starts now. Off you go.
Do you know what? I'm not a massive cereal eater.
What?
I didn't say I don't eat cereal.
What? Kellogg's is crying.
There's going to be a massive rooster just appear at the window any minute, be like, what? Say that to my face.
That Frosty's tiger is gonna knock down the door. Frosty's is great cereal.
Yeah, it is great cereal, to be fair.
Snap,
it's very, very
crackle,
nice.
And pop, Amelia.
Snap, crackle, and pop. I do like a Rice Krispie. I do also like a Weetabix. I always feel very healthy when I have a Weetabix.
My grandma has dry Weetabix.
Oh, no. No, what is that about?
Do you know what? She's lived to quite a good age. Maybe that's the secret to aging.
If that's the secret to aging, take me home, Lord. Like, I'm done.
Anyway, you haven't answered my question.
I haven't answered your question. Do you know what? I'm going to go a bit rogue on this one. My friend Anna, shout out to Anna, makes very nice granola. And every Christmas, she does put a little packet of homemade granola in with my Christmas present. There was one year that was maple pecan and chocolate. That was very nice. Mm-hmm. That was very nice. And I think this year's was chocolate and cranberry and something else. It was very lovely. Again, I'm not a massive cereal eater, but I do quite enjoy Anna's granola, and but I do also have I quite enjoy Weetabix. I'm sorry that wasn't the answer you were hoping for.
No, it's okay. Granola is a very adult, mature answer. I was hoping for something slightly more immature.
But it's
okay because I'm here to fill that quota.
It's fun granola. It's different granola.
Okay.
So
fun granola doesn't exist. This is where all my harsh judgment comes out when we talk about snacks.
It's such a different direction than you were expecting.
I know.
I'm sorry.
So back to me. I've got such a deep love for cereal. And my housemate eats cereal before going to bed. Mm-hmm. Respect. I know a lot of people who will eat cereal as a snack. I'm like, yes, I respect that. For me, cornflakes is top tier cereal. Yeah, Kellogg's.
Absolutely.
Respect Kellogg's. Because you also crunchy nut cornflakes.
Ooh, yes. I do enjoy a crunchy nut cornflake.
And you can do all sorts of things with cornflakes. You can make cornflake like chocolate crispy things.
Yeah, absolutely.
They're great.
Absolutely love that.
Big fan of the cornflake.
Huge. Yeah.
And it's so sort of plain and simple. I enjoy it. Oh, and Frosties, they're also based off cornflakes as well. I love me a tiger. So
good.
Yes.
You say I love me a tiger.
Yeah, Frosty's tiger. Obviously. But I tell you what I don't like, and is cereal that's like something that shouldn't be cereal, like the cookies one. That's like cookies.
It was a bit weird, wasn't it?
I was like, no, not okay. Cocoa Pops I used to like as a kid, and we used to have those. Do you remember those like snack sized boxes that you used to get, the Kellogg's multi-pack?
Yeah.
Oh, that was so excitement as a kid.
That was
and like
great.
Me and my brother would like rival over who got the Cocoa Pops one. But as an adult now, I don't need chocolate flavored cereal.
No.
But
also, if you want chocolate flavoured cereal, we're not judging.
There's no
you.
judgment. Actually, there is. No, there isn't. It's fine. But I've just remembered. I've just remembered a great cereal from my childhood that I want to try again because it was iconic. It was expensive, so we only ever got it as a special treat. But Golden Nuggets.
Do you know what? As soon as you said that, I was like, I bet you she's going to say Golden Nuggets. I love
Golden Nuggets. Were amazing.
So good.
I mean, they're probably one of the most unhealthy things on the planet.
Oh, yeah.
But Golden Nuggets. Mwah.
Mate. What day that was.
What a day. Just one day.
Well, as in like when Mum brought it home and she'd be like, you've got Golden Nuggets for your breakfast tomorrow. Unbelievable.
You couldn't wait to wake up and eat Golden Nuggets.
No.
Nom nom. Okay, that's my new answer.
How have we talked about cereal for an entire 5 minutes?
Why are you not talking about cereal for
do
longer than 5 minutes?
Do you know what? I don't appreciate the judgment that's going on here.
So I do need to calm down, but I'm very passionate about cornflakes
so
and the like.
in the interest of finishing the radio show where we need to finish, we are now actually going to go. But thank you so much for tuning in. It's been a pleasure. Mostly.
We've been Coffee Catch-ups Espresso. Bye!